Hey everybody, it's John BenderWaffles Aljets, and today we are doing another episode of Critical Development, which I should note, that means that this is probably the first time ever where the episodes have been this close together and not separated by like months, or in the case of the last two episodes, literally a year. And this time today we are looking at 3 maps, like we always do, but these 3 maps were posted to my Discord server, which you can get access to by clicking the link down below. That is where I take submissions for critical development, so if you want me to take a look at one of your maps, that's the place to go. Also, there's some pretty cool people hanging out there, so jump in, join the conversation. Alright, let's get to it with this first map. Alright, this first map was submitted by Mystic Anims. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm assuming the anims is animation. Anyways, what we have here is a starter town from a Pokemon style game. There seems to be a running trend of me opening these episodes with Pokemon style maps. Anyways, this map seems to be utilizing a tile set that's derived from the 4th generation games. I'm seeing some stuff in there from like the shiny gold ROM hacks, the guy who made those, I forget his name. But overall the tile set just looks nice, so we're just gonna kind of move past that. As this is a starter town, there's not really a lot that I can say. It's got a nice flow to it, just like any other Pokemon starter town. There's defined locations. It's a little weird to see a Pokemon Center in the middle of a starter town, but apparently this is a second starter town. Something to do with the plot and there being probably like multiple people, multiple playable characters. I don't know, but it's there. There's some nice decorations going on through here. You've got the street lights, you've got the flowers, there's a tree that's been chopped down, which is a nice little touch. And then of course there's that like farmland kind of, hay sort of area. Not something that you see too often in a Pokemon game. Would have been nice to see it play with a little bit more elevation, just do something that makes it a little bit more visually exciting. But overall, for a starter town, it looks quite nice. So no real complaints there. Keep up the good work, Mystic. Alright, this next map is from Gold Incognito, and it's a world map. All in all, it's a rather decent looking world map. There's a good variation to the terrain. Things are laid out interestingly. My one major complaint with this map comes down to the fact that it's just kind of cluttered in spots. Like certain areas look like there's just too much stuff going on, like this area down here in the southernmost point around this purple lake thing. But then other points are really open and just kind of bleh looking, such as the middle island there. Plus on top of that, the continents just don't look like they belong in the places where they are. Like plate tectonics would not create land masses like this. And now I understand that some people don't feel like you need to be keeping stuff like plate tectonics in mind while you're making maps, but it just kind of adds to the realism. So I'm not necessarily gonna like knock points off of it for that, but it's still something to think about. All in all though, not a bad starting world map, something that could be fleshed out and built upon as the game progresses. So not bad work there, Gold. And next up we have maps here from Azure Oni. He actually has technically 2 maps, but it's 1 location, so I'm gonna let it fly. That's not something to do on the regular, please only submit 1 map. This though is a castle. You have a castle interior and the castle exterior. We're gonna start with the castle exterior. Now this is actually kind of a cool design for a castle. There's sort of the outer areas, and then there's what looks like it could be a courtyard, but what actually seems to be a higher level, a sort of top to the castle that's got all this greenery and all these sort of interesting pieces to it. Putting palm trees in with pine trees seems a little weird, but it actually kind of works here. So while some of the tree placement and stuff kind of hits my pet peeves really hard and gives me anxiety, overall it just looks nice. Now when we move inside, there's some problems. First and foremost comes down to the fact that it's just bland in here. The layout is fine, but everything else seems to just kind of be haphazardly placed. I mean, you've got bookshelves put in kind of weird places. There are all these rug textures that just don't seem to have any rhyme or reason why they're placed where they are. And there's just so much empty open space that just, it feels dead and lifeless and abandoned. Which maybe it's supposed to be an abandoned castle, in which case throw on some cracks in the walls, some cobwebs, some skeletons, something like that. This is the map that I'm going to take a look at, specifically the interior here. So let's jump into my recreation and see what we come up with.
marks and scars. I'll brush you off just like the dust upon my shoulder. I have a hunch of who you are. Believe it or not, I got the strength to blow you over. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way. Hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way. I'm a hurricane, always on top of my game. I'm a hurricane, I'm trying to get in my way.
On the whole, there isn't a ton of differences here, but just enough to make a difference. I know that I just said difference twice in a row. Ignore me. Anyways, as you can see, my map uses the space a lot more efficiently and in a way that makes a lot more logical sense. It feels like a much more lived-in space while still feeling kind of, let's say, rustic. Overall, it's an improvement, but not really one that took a ton of skill to achieve. So Azure Oni, I know that you're watching this, just take what I did in my map speed development and try to apply some of those ideas to your own. And I think if you put in just a little bit more time, you're gonna get a lot better results. Anyways, guys and gals, that is the end of our episode this week. If you would like your maps to be critiqued by me and possibly even remade in my own style, then why not jump over to my Discord, join in on the conversation, post your maps there, and who knows, you might just get selected for the next episode. Now I want to know what you guys thought of the maps in today's showcase. Be sure to leave your ideas down in the comments below, and while you're down there, why not like this video and subscribe to the channel for even more awesome stuff just like this. Thanks for watching, guys and gals, and have a good one.